So today's video is going to be a video that I promised you guys a couple months ago, I think it was. Somewhere around there, a couple months, a month, somewhere. I don't know. If you guys have been following me for the last few months, you would have noticed that I got my Medusa pierced. So in my video all about my Medusa and getting it pierced the correct way, I said that I actually had like a horror story experience. The first time I got it pierced, I just went to a piercer that wasn't my usual piercer for whatever reason, and they fricked it up. We're gonna say they fricked it up. Basically, as I started out in my other video, I said that I was with a friend and they knew a piercer that worked at a specific tattoo and piercing place that wasn't my normal place, but I was with them and I wanted to get it done, and they knew the person, so we're just like, okay, let's go. I am a super impulsive person, and when I want something, I want it now. So we went to that place and they said that their piercer didn't do Medusas, Philtrums, or whatever for whatever reason, and they said that their shop up the street did. So we were like, okay, let's go there. So we get in the car and we're on our way and we're driving, and all of a sudden he's like, oh hey, I think I know someone who works at this tattoo place. So he's like, let's just stop there, see if he's there, and if he's not, we'll go to the other place that we were going to go to. So we walk in the tattoo shop, and normally, you know, you walk in a tattoo shop, there's like a counter where like you talk to your like tattoo artist or piercer, tell them what you want, you pay, you do all that stuff, and then there's like a waiting room that usually, you know, has a couple couches and some like magazines and maybe like the tattooer's portfolios and stuff like that. But in this tattoo shop, there was like fenced off. The waiting room was completely gated off, baby gated off. And there were like 3 little kids running around. The second I walked in the door, some lady was changing her baby's diaper in the waiting room and looks at me and says, do you want to help me change my baby's diaper? Why are you changing your child's diaper in here? And there were McDonald's fries all over the floor and the kids' toys were everywhere. He said that their piercer did do Medusas. I did not feel like going to the other shop. I just wanted to get it done, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it done here. I paid, I went back into the room. The piercer walks in the room. This guy reeked of marijuana. Not saying that's a bad thing. Do what you want. That's not very professional in the workplace. That's not professional at all, especially when you're sticking needles and like in people's body and inking people's skin. You should not be high for that. I was also getting my nose pierced at the same exact time. Usually there are a few different ways that piercers will pierce your nose. I guess it's just based on preference. I don't know, I'm not a piercer, but they'll either take clamps and like pull your nostril out a little bit and stick the needle through, or they could also stick like a cork up your nose, I believe, and then just kind of pierce it, and then the needle will hit the cork. I've seen these corks at my regular piercer, although he never used one when he pierced my nose because I've had it done a couple times. They're always in their own little like square packaging by themselves. There are no 2 corks packaged together. Yeah, for like sanitary purposes, obviously. This guy had his corks all in one like glass jar, and he kind of just reached in and grabbed one. And I talked to someone after that, and they told me that that was like extremely unsanitary, like the material of the cork harbors bacteria or something. If that is true, and they pierced my nose with bacteria infested corks, and it would have got infected, no. Now he's going in to pierce my Medusa. Clamps the clamps onto my lips. I know clamps are supposed to be tight, but it was like the hardest I've ever felt any clamp. I've had my Monroe done, I've had my nose done like 80 billion times, and I've never been squeezed that hard. I was like, there were tears rolling down my eyes or my face just because it hurt so bad, and he didn't even stick the needle through yet. So he shoves the needle through, puts the jewelry in. I look at it, it looked fine to me, and I was just like, okay, thank you very much, tipped him, and I left. I get into the car and my friend looks at me and he's like, is that crooked? I'm over here like, oh heck no. And I looked, and it was completely like this, like off the side. Just completely, like, I looked ridiculous. I don't like confrontation. I did not want to go back in there and deal with that super high dude who just freaked out my lip. My friend insisted. He's like, you have to go get your money back. Like, I believe it was like $30 a piercing. I spent $60 on my nose and my Medusa, and one of them got fricked up. And he basically said, oh, my boss doesn't like me giving out refunds, but if you take it out, I can just redo it. And I'm over here like, with like the biggest swollen duck lip of life, thinking, why the heck would I want you to shove 2 different needles through the same spot in my lip in one day? So I told him, I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't want to get that redone. That hurt bad enough, and I'm not about to go through round 2 after my lip's already hurting and fricked up. He's like, oh, well, you can take it out and come back in a couple weeks and I'll redo it. And I'm over here like, does he seriously still think that I'm going to let him stick something through my lip after he just fricked it up? He refused to give me my refund. I'm out $30 and I have a fricked up top lip. So that night I ended up taking it out. I believe a month later I went to my regular piercer, got this done, and we're good. And that was pretty much my Medusa horror story. A lot of you guys wanted to see that, as you said in my last video, or you commented, so there you go. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.